Hey guys, my name is Marcus, welcome to my second tips and tricks video, and today we're going to be going over 15 of the best tips and tricks in Star Wars Battlefront 2. This list will contain some beginner tips, but it will also contain some more advanced tips that even most pro players won't know about, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. I'm sure most of us know Han Solo is a powerful hero against Dark Lords. However, when used effectively, he can be almost invincible in one-on-one situations. Although you may be aware of this strategy, you probably aren't aware of how effective it is. To kill any lightsaber wielding hero with Han, all you need to do is use the rapid fire at close range, so you're almost guaranteed to hit every shot. They may try to attack you, but you will be able to kill them a lot quicker than they can kill you. If you're like 70% of the people I've talked to, you think the Emperor is a terrible hero and would never waste your hard-earned battle points on him. I mean, why would you? With Force Lightning that's about as deadly as Coca-Cola and Mentos, he's one of the worst villains. The Emperor can deal significant damage, but only when you use both his hands. Mr. Pruneface shoots Force Lightning out of both of his hands. Each trigger on your controller controls one hand. So if you, like most people, have only been using the right trigger, I'm here to tell you that, yeah, you've just been wasting your time. Next time you play as the Emperor, make sure to use both his hands and you will get a very different result. You may have noticed that a lot of these tips are geared towards saving those extra few seconds, because a second or two is the difference between life and death on the battlefront. Unless, of course, you're playing against this guy. Anyway, this is another cool time-saving hack that you can use for Chewbacca. If you jump and trigger the ground slam ability, it will instantly activate. Now this may be a disadvantage because the ground slam animation can help you gain ground quickly, but if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need to use the GS quickly, I advise you make use of this trick. Some say that Rey is the most powerful of the Force using heroes, and when used effectively, there is no doubt that she is an efficient killing machine. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at this, many people use her the wrong way. One of the most common mistakes Rey users make is failing to cancel out her dash ability at the right moment. For those who don't know, when you use Rey's dash ability, she charges forward, knocking all enemies to the ground. The problem is, the dash will continue on for some time, meaning the majority of the time, you'll see Rey users knock down their opponents and then carry on charging straight into a wall. Sadly, this will give their opponents time to recover and you end up back on even terms. But don't worry, there is a better way. The most effective way to use Rey's dash is to first knock down your enemies and then use your standard dash to jump backwards. This will cancel out your ability and land you right in front of your helpless foe. You can see in these clips, the player capitalizes on the opportunities very well, and in many situations like this, you can even get the kill without losing any health. So, you've saved up a few crafting parts and you're not sure what star cards to invest in. Even if you're not a Boba Fett fan, I'm sure most players will appreciate the overpoweredness of his Barrage star card. And yes, overpoweredness is now a word. Hashtag it in the comments. Anyway, a fully upgraded Barrage star card can take out most heroes almost instantly. On top of that, it takes out infantry a lot faster, especially those annoying heavies with all their health. As you can see from these clips, it's definitely a worthwhile purchase. Another nice thing to know when using the Emperor is his dash. I'm sure we've all used it occasionally, but it's by far the best maneuver in the game, and it's not even a star card. You can use it twice in a row before it requires a short cooldown, and it's better than all the other heroes' dash abilities. If you take advantage of it, you can easily outrun or catch up to your opponents. Although a really simple little feature, the fact that Bosk's Dioxis grenade can actually heal him, as well as damage foes, can be a game changer. When I originally played as Bosk, I was unaware of this feature, and I was disappointed with the amount of damage the Dioxis grenade dishes out compared to the original Battlefront. Nevertheless, when I discovered the healing properties of this magic green fart gas, I was pleasantly surprised. It certainly makes up for the fact that its damage was reduced. I've got another Rey tip for you, but this one involves her mind trick ability. You may have noticed that when Rey uses her mind trick ability, it inverts the controls of her opponents, but what you may not have paid enough attention to is the reduced sensitivity this ability induces. It's almost impossible for her opponents to turn a full 180 degrees when they've been mind tricked. So when you're playing as Rey, take advantage of that. Get behind your confused opponents as quickly as you can and start slashing that booty to pieces. This trick, when used in conjunction with the previous Rey tip, will result in a guaranteed kill almost every time. After this video, I think you're going to have a bit more respect for the officer class if you don't have some already. The officer has many cool little abilities, and one of them is Disruption. Similar to the Disruption star card in the original Battlefront, Battlefront 2's take on Disruption replaces the Battle Command star card and can be used to overheat enemy weapons. What you may not know is that you can actually disrupt explosives as well. This comes in extremely handy and will probably gain you many friends, because believe it or not, your teammates appreciate not blowing up. Disruption is a powerful asset on maps with big choke points. In a bad choke point, one well-placed grenade can take out your entire squad, so don't forget to use that Disruption. By far the best way to annoy your enemies, and possibly even more annoying than microtransactions, rolling to avoid enemy heroes is one of the most enjoyable and effective ways to escape those pesky force users. I know I briefly touched on this in my last video, but for this video I thought I'd go a little bit deeper. When you roll, it cancels out the auto lock-on system, the dice integrated into the lightsaber combat. It's almost impossible to hit a highly skilled roller, and some even say the force is stronger with those who roll. I'm not sure about the whole force thing, but I know this tip has saved my skin many times, and it's definitely a fun little trick to take advantage of. One of the Emperor's abilities is called his Dark Aura ability. Any enemies in its radius will continually lose health until they move outside its circumference, or die a painful death, either one. What you may not know, however, is that his Dark Aura can actually go through walls. It's a nice way to annoy your opposition, and if they don't move quickly, you can even get a few easy kills. The primary assault weapon, the CR2, is an amazing gun. The only bad thing about this weapon is the crosshairs. It makes aiming, especially when you're going for those headshots, extremely aggravating. But don't worry, there's a nice little trick that will help you change your crosshairs from this to this. So what's the secret? The improved zoom weapon mod. This will change your crosshairs automatically, making it so much easier for you to hit those 720 no scopes. You can use this little trick with some of the heavy classes as well, and this will greatly improve your accuracy. So when I first got Battlefront 2, I had an idea. A good idea. An idea on how to get battle points fast without even going into combat. That idea was to use the officer's battle command ability to get loads of battle points fast without getting into any fights. But then I realized that buffing my teammates only got me a whole 7 points per person, so I changed classes and felt depressed. But now I'm here to tell you that I was right. Kind of. DICE have just recently buffed the officer's ability, which means that you now get a lot more points per person buffed, making it so much more worthwhile. Just think, if you spawn in a great place at the start of the match and used your battle command ability, you can get over 500 battle points. Not a bad start to the match if I do say so myself. Oh, and by the way, use the Blurg. It's by far the most OP gun in the game. So now you're playing the officer class because you're a trusting person and you listened to my last officer tip, but you're having trouble knowing when to use your battle command. Or maybe you completely ignored my tip, but you're still struggling to guess how many people are inside your radius when playing Yoda, for example. The amount of people inside your ability radius is displayed in the center of the ability's emblem. This can be very helpful when choosing the right time to use your star card. So remember, before you hit that button, glance down at the bottom right hand corner and make sure that it's actually going to be a worthwhile decision. Yoda is a great hero for Galactic Assault, and he has a lot of cool abilities. Many of them I covered in this video, but one thing I didn't go over in that video was his health boost ability. When activated, Yoda's presence ability gives him an extra 250 health, but it comes with this annoying little animation. Oh yes, look at that, how horrible. This poor fella just lost 2 seconds of valuable time. Now what he didn't know, if you dash and activate presence at the same time, it instantly activates, saving you an extra few seconds. Now if you watched my last tips and tricks video, you would know that while dashing, Yoda actually deflects enemy fire. So not only are you gaining 250 extra health points, you're also defending yourself and damaging or killing any other enemies in range. You can use a similar trick with Darth Vader to cancel out his dark side ability animation. However, the combination is slightly different. Instead of dashing while activating, you must jump in midair, throw your lightsaber, and activate your dark side ability. So there are your 15 tips and tricks, but because I'm a generous person, I'm going to give you a bonus tip. I'd like to invite Damo, who is actually my collaborator for this video and helped me get all of these clips.
Hey guys, so my tip is pretty much straightforward. So if you're playing as the rebels on the hop and you want to become the hero as quick as possible, just jump into an FDP tower and simply start shooting at the AT-AT when it's available to attack. So aiming at the stomach-like area will give you 900 points for each shot, but keep in mind that you can only hit the walker 3-4 times before it's unavailable to attack again. But you would have gained at least 2,700 points from doing so. Alright, so you should get enough points to become the hero in no time, as long as your team is picking up the rocket launchers and shooting at the walkers. It's a good way to play the objective and gain a decent amount of points too, but most importantly to become the hero as quick as possible.
So there you have it, now 16 tips and tricks for Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you learned something, make sure to hit that like button, I really appreciate it. If you want more Star Wars Battlefront videos just like this one, make sure to subscribe. I've got new videos coming out 2 to 3 times a week now, and you don't want to miss out. Big thank you to Damo for helping me get all these clips. There's a link to his channel in the description, so go check him out. Damo! I don't know why, but I just like saying Damo. This reminds me of like a radio announcer. Welcome everybody, this is Damo driving you home for the 5:30 radio show, and today we're going to be talking about echidnas and zebra crossings. Yeah, I'm getting a bit carried away. Yeah, but thanks for watching. I'll see you later.